Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, I am Eddy. I film about lifestyle, health and career. I upload videos every Friday. Please do well to check out some of my other videos which are already linked in the description box below. And before you go, make sure you subscribe. You can also click the bell button beside the subscribe button so you get notification. You get notified anytime I upload new videos. So today I'm going to be talking about peptic ulcer. I'm an ulcer patient. I've been an ulcer patient for like 10 years. So I want to be sharing tips about stomach ulcer. With no further ado, let's get right into this video. First of all, what is stomach ulcer? Stomach ulcer is also known as peptic ulcer. This occurs when there is a whole wound or ulceration in the stomach. There are different types of ulcer. People tend to call everything ulcer. There are actually different types of ulcers. We have stomach ulcer, which is also known as the peptic ulcer. We have the duodenal ulcer, which affects the small intestine, and we also have the mouth ulcer. We also have skin ulcer. So I already told you guys I'll be focusing on the stomach ulcer today. Okay, there are different causes. There are different ways by which ulcer occurs in the stomach. Number one cause is due to excessive stomach acid, which is the hydrochloric acid, and also it can also be due to bacteria, which is Helicobacter pylori, and it can also be due to excessive use of NSAIDs, which is the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Examples are aspirin and ibuprofen. Helicobacter pylori tends to wear off the stomach lining. It tends to irritate it when there is the bacteria called Helicobacter pylori in the stomach. When there is excessive stomach acid in the stomach, there tends to be fast digestion, and after this digestion have occurred very fast, it tends to eat up the mucus which is lining the stomach, and by this there is going to be wound or hole in the stomach. Okay, let me try to break this down by giving you guys an illustration. Okay, let's say there is a tissue. I have a tissue with me. Let's say a tissue paper, and on this tissue paper I have 10 grain of rice on it. So I want my animals to feed on this rice. So I have 15 animals that is going to be feeding on these 10 grains of rice. Now the bone of contention here is that the rice cannot be enough for these animals. 15 animals, 10 grains of rice. Number one thing is that the rice is going to finish in no time because they are going to compete for that rice. Another thing is they are not going to be satisfied because it is too small for them. Another thing is if they are hungry, they can choose to eat up the tissue which I have used to serve them the rice. So this is how the hydrochloric acid works. The hydrochloric acid is supposed to aid digestion, and after the digestion process is fast, you tend to feel okay, I'm not supposed to be hungry. I just finished eating 2 hours ago. Normally digestion process takes up to 4 hours. After 2 hours you are hungry, you are wondering why you are hungry, what is going on. I just finished eating. You feel oh, that cannot be hunger. It's probably my stomach just acting funny. Okay, so after these have occurred, the stomach acid tends to start eat up the mucus which is lining the stomach, and then by that there is no food for the hydrochloric acid to work on. It is working on this mucus, eating up this mucus. What is going to happen? There is going to be ulceration. There's going to be wound in the stomach, and this wound in the stomach is called the stomach ulcer. What are the symptoms of stomach ulcer? The first one is going to be abdominal pain. This pain can be a very sharp pain. It can be very, very painful. Guys, when I say very painful, I mean very, very painful. A pain in such a way that if you touch this part of your stomach, okay, this is my left side and this is where the stomach is located. We all know that this whole thing that we are looking at is the abdomen, and this side of the abdomen is called the stomach. Okay, so this is my stomach now. I'm having stomach upset. I'm having a stomach pain. It is going to be a sharp pain that if the doctor or anybody touches this place, you can feel the pain. There are other symptoms like the heartburn. Sometimes you feel okay, you just finished eating and then you are feeling the pour pepper on your chest. That is called heartburn. It can be due to stomach ulcer. Another symptom is, which is not really common, is vomiting. Another one that I experience is nausea and also bleeding from the mouth. When the stomach ulcer is already intense, the wound is already intense, there tends to be like bleeding. You tend to start bleeding from the mouth. How can stomach ulcer be diagnosed? Stomach ulcer can be diagnosed through endoscopy. Endoscopy is like an x-ray. It's x-ray. It's x-ray whereby they use a machine to go through your stomach to check, to view what is going on in your stomach. And also another way is by going for laboratory tests. In the laboratory, they tend to work with fecal sample. They tend to run tests on this. They analyze the sample, and from there they can detect if there is Helicobacter pylori in the body system, which is causing the ulcer. What are the treatments of stomach ulcer? First of all is the use of antacid. Commonly, when you go to hospital, the first thing they give you is the antacid, and they give you like food restrictions. These food restrictions are the things they are supposed to adhere to strictly. I've been able to overcome my stomach ulcer, not like entirely, but I know how to manage my stomach ulcer now, just because I've adhered to the restrictions strictly for the past 9 years. Okay, so what are these food restrictions? The first thing you are going to be told is to avoid spicy foods. Spicy food in the sense that your food must not be too peppery. If you are the type that likes to eat pepper, you have to reduce it. Another thing is avoid eating fries. Fries in the sense of buns, puff, fries basically. Also, another thing to avoid is avoid eating hot food, like food that is very, very hot. It is coming out from the oven like that, and you are just rushing it. No, calm down. Calm down. So your food can be warm before you eat it. So no one told me about avoiding excess chocolate. No one told me about avoiding excess coffee. No one told me about avoiding excess caffeine, all these gas-like drinks and So I noticed that anytime I take chocolate, like not the normal chocolate that we take, like the let's say Bonvita, Milo and the likes, like you preparing it in a way that, okay, I just want to have fun, I just want to taste this, I just want to make this. Okay, I noticed that chocolate tends to like irritate stomach ulcer, and I made my research and I realized that it is actually true. So if you're an ulcer patient, first thing you like to do for yourself is to avoid excess chocolate, excess coffee, excess caffeine, and also drinks that have gas. It irritates the stomach. One thing that I usually do for myself and that has been helping me is the fact that I don't allow hunger to finish me. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, as soon as I feel like, okay, I think I'm hungry, I think I'm kind of feeling hungry, the first thing I do is to look for something to munch on. It might not be like a heavy bowl of rice or a heavy bowl of beans, or it might just be me snacking on biscuit and milk, me snacking on yogurt, me snacking on fruits, just to avoid my stomach acid overstressing itself. Another thing you want to do as an ulcer patient is to avoid spicy food. I think I've mentioned this earlier. If you're an ulcer patient, you don't compete with other people. If you feel hungry after eating for like 3 hours, after eating like 4 hours ago, please find something to eat, find something to munch on. People will make jest of you. I remember when I started doing this, anytime I'm going to class, inside my bag you're going to be seeing biscuits, you're going to be seeing milk. People tend to be like, are you a baby? Why do you have to move around with this? But I understand what my condition is. I understand how I have to pamper my stomach acid. So as an ulcer patient, these are the basic things you're to do. I also made my research and I realized that honey works for some people. I don't take honey, so I've never tried it before. If I'm the type that take honey, I will have tried it to prove the point, but I've not tried it before. So if you try it and it works for you, please let me know in the comment section. And also use of probiotics. Probiotics really work. I mean yogurt now. Like if let's say I go to the market, I didn't eat well before going, and I feel like, okay, I am hungry, I'm about to faint, I need to eat something. The first thing I do is to get myself a chilled yogurt. Guys, it works like wonders. It works like magic. Milk also works, but sometimes makes sense to irritate the stomach. So I will advise yogurt more than milk. And make sure you find out which of the antacids work for you. As for me, the antacids that are in tablet form, it does not work for me. None of them works for me. So for me, suspension, antacids that are in suspension form really works for me. And there is one particular one that works for me. I don't want to be mentioning the names of these drugs because I'm not a doctor. So if you want me to like help you out, you can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. Another thing to avoid as an ulcer patient is to avoid acidic food. Acidic food, an example of an acidic food is citrus. Citrus in the sense of orange, in the likes of orange, lime, lemon, and all that. There was a point that orange was like my favorite fruit. Every day I tend to take orange every blessed day. I didn't know that I was doing myself. After like the 4th day that I took orange consecutively, I came down with stomach pain. I came down with ulcer pain. And the thing is, ulcer pain is always different from the normal abdominal pain. You are going to know that this is ulcer pain. I can differentiate from the usual stomach pain from ulcer pain. So I tend to realize that, okay, what have I eaten? What have I been doing that has been irritating my stomach? And then when I realized that, oh, it was actually the orange, excess acidic food, I made my research and I realized that, okay, as an ulcer patient, you are not supposed to be taking excess acidic food. So avoid taking too much of orange, avoid taking too much of lime. If you can even do it without taking lime, you are good to go. Avoid taking too much of lemon, so you can be fine. So these are the basic things that I usually do, and that has helped me. Right now, I can actually take some of those food that have been restricted. Like I take drinks that have gas now. I take gari, I take peppery food, because I already know my way around it. I know that, okay, as soon as I'm taking this in, I don't take my gari without milk. I know that if I'm taking peppery food, I must have yogurt in my fridge. I must have milk in my trolley. I must have something in my wardrobe. Just in case things want to go wrong. So if you are just been diagnosed of ulcer, please don't do all these things. Adhere to your food restrictions strictly. Trust me, it is going to work for you. With this, I think I've been able to spill the tea about ulcer. If there are other things that you would like me to talk about, please let me know in the comment section. I don't want this video to be too long, that is why I have to make it brief. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends and family. Until next time that you are going to be seeing my face again, stay cool, stay calm, and be happy. Bye guys.